Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your love reading. Grab a warm drink, find a comfy spot, and let's see what Spirit has to say. Today, I'll be doing a love reading regarding your love life. And if you don't have one, don't worry, because I got something for you as well. The first portion of this reading will be for those of you involved with someone. The second portion will be for those of you who are single. And then we'll finish off the reading with our self-care and our affirmation card as usual. And that will be for both the people involved and the single people. So if you're involved, stick around, watch that part, and then I'll put timestamps in the description box below so you can jump to past the singles part to the self-care and the affirmation at the end. And this reading is good for the beginning, middle of January to the beginning, middle of February. Okay, so let's get into it for those of you who are in relationships. This could be you're married. This could be you're in a long-term relationship, short-term relationship, situationship, just casually dating. Apply it however it applies to you, okay? So we're going to take a look at you and what you have going on, your partner and what they have going on, the energy and what is going on between you guys, the advice, and the outcome should you follow the advice. So let's take a look for Libra. Ooh, very nice. Oh boy. All right. Okay, Libra, we're going to jump right into this. Your energy, what you got going on right now is happiness. Then you have the Hanged Man, the Queen of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so looking ahead here, it gets a little dicey, but I'm just focusing on you right now. You're doing really well. I think that you're doing really well. I think that recently in your life, you've started to see things from different points of view. You started to realize things. Maybe you did shadow work or therapy or whatever. And you're at a really decent place in your life right now. I think that you are. You're doing really well. I think like mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, I think you're doing really well right now, and you're kind of like content and happy with where you are. So, I mean, there's not much more to say about that. That's what's going on with you. But then we're going to move on to what is going on with your partner, and they have grief. They have the grief card. So let's pull some tarot. Oh, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Wands. Okay. So your partner could have recently lost a job. They could have switched careers or went out on their own and it didn't work out. This person, so I think that what I just said about the job or career situation is for most of you. There's another message coming through, though, that's not going to be for everybody. Obviously, you'll know if this is your situation or not. For one of you, at least, or a few of you, your partner may have recently lost someone in their family. And that's obviously causing grief. Maybe they had to take some time off of work. And maybe they got an inheritance and they're trying to figure out what to do with it now. Or they're going to be getting an inheritance and they're trying to figure out what to do with it now. Either way, so whether you're the first thing that I said, or the second thing that I said, your person's kind of definitely not as great as you right now, because you're doing super, super well. This person is dealing with something. It's either the loss of a family member, somebody who is close to them, or it's the loss of a job, or I'm getting for some of you that they went out on their own. So maybe they quit their job and to start their own business, and it didn't go that well. So either way, your person is grieving something here right now. So what's going on between you two is interesting. You have envy, strength, Queen of Wands, Four of Wands. Okay, so I think what's going on between you right now is that, yeah, there's some envy, and I think that it's coming from your partner's side of things. Honestly, it just kind of does make sense, because things are going so well for you and not so well for them. I mean, I don't see this being like horrific or like a breakdown of the relationship, but for some reason it's like they're jealous that you didn't have to go, that you're not going through what they're going through right now, and that you're able to be like as happy and content as you are right now. So, and then moving on to the advice, this is going to get a little dicey, because if your partner is the one who's feeling this jealousy, then the advice would really be for them, not for you, right? But maybe the advice will be for you. Let's see. So the advice is courage. Yeah, okay. Yeah, King of Cups. Okay, Four of Pentacles, Five of Swords. So your advice here is to love them, okay? Your advice here is to love them a lot. So all of the good things that are happening for you, all of this positive energy that you have around you, flowing through you, I'm going to need you to, or the advice is, I'm not going to tell you what to do. The advice is for you to pour into their cup more right now. It's interesting because relationships are never 50-50. People always say, oh, relationships should be 50-50. They never are. Like, name one day where you're both at 100% and that you're both able to give equally to the relationship. There are ups and downs in life. There's always, ups and downs. And sometimes you're up and they're down and vice versa, right? So what Spirit is saying here is that they're not doing as well as you are right now. So your advice is to pour into their cup, because you have so much extra and they're depleted right now. Okay, so go out of your way to do some nice things for them. Like pick up their favorite treat, or like plan something where it's like they get to choose, what they want to do that day, or whatever it is. Just kind of like pour into their cup a little extra right now, because they're just, kind of feeling like defeated and depleted. Okay. And then the outcome, should you follow the advice, is change. High Priestess, Chariot, Two of Swords. So the outcome, should you follow the advice, is that things will absolutely change. You guys will get through this. They will overcome like whatever, like sadness and grief or depression, whatever is going on with them right now. You guys will be able to get through this together. Okay. And kind of like face anything else that will come your way. Things will move along rather fairly quickly, to be honest, because you have the High Priestess here, and the energy that I'm getting off of that is like you're going to be able to help heal this person. And don't get me wrong, like none of us are, want to be in a relationship where we're constantly having to like save the other person, or constantly having to pour into that other person, and our cup is not being replenished either. But I don't see that as the issue here. You may have a few thoughts of that here and there, but I don't see that as like the main issue. That's not going to be an issue here. Okay? You're going to know, okay, like right now I have to do this and this, and it is taking a lot out of me, but that my partner is going to be able to build himself back up with my help, and we're going to get to a much better place and be able to kind of move on from this stage in our life. So that is really, really cool. I love that for you. I love that you're going to be able to help your partner. All right, so if you don't want to watch the singles portion of the reading, which I'll be doing in a second here, you can go ahead to the description box and skip right to the end where we do our self-care card and our affirmation card. All right, so now we are moving on to the singles portion of the reading. So hello, single Scorpios. I hope you guys had an amazing holiday season. Now that it's all over and done with, and now we just got to wait out the rest of winter until summer comes. All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at you, what you have going on, what's going on with you, your future person, what's going on with them, and then how and when will you two be brought together. So let's see, for Scorpio, please. Okay. All right, moody energy. Okay, so what you have going on, Scorpio, is grief. And if that is a tough pill to swallow, don't worry, because your person is going through envy. So it seems like the two of you may be struggling individually right now. Let's take a look at grief here. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, I understand exactly what this is. So right now, I think some of you could be like not 20 years old. Some of you could be in your late 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, etc. Okay? And I think that some of you are feeling the loss of the life that you imagined for yourself as a young person. So if you always dreamed of, like growing up, getting married right away, having children, starting a family, living happily ever after, by the time you're like 18, 20 years old, and maybe you're like 30 or 40 or whatever it is now, you're doing really well. Like you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. You're doing like such like beautiful, amazing, independent energy, okay? But it's like you're feeling a sense of loss for the life that you wanted at some point. And that is a completely normal feeling. Okay? I think 99.9% of us experience that, because I don't think, honestly, the amount of people who grow up and their life was exactly how they imagined it as a child is just honestly, it's probably zero. You know what I mean? So this is a completely normal energy to be in right now, or at all, ever. You know what I mean? Just make sure you don't get stuck here. Okay, just make sure that you allow yourself to feel these feelings and then work through them. And then, you put them in a bubble and you release them to the universe, because we can't go back and change the past. And you don't want to like delay something good that's coming your way, or you don't want to change the course that you're on by, getting stuck in negative energy because things didn't happen the way that you wanted them to earlier in your life, okay? But honestly, it looks like you're doing like so well. It's like you're doing so well on the surface. So it's like work, friends, family, social life, whatever else you have going on in your life, like you're doing it all, everything looks really, really amazing. You're healthy, you're happy, everything's great. And it's just like underneath, you're just kind of feeling this loss. Like maybe if you're, somebody with a womb, if you're a woman, maybe you wanted to have kids by the time you were 30 and now you're 30 and you haven't met your person yet. And so you're feeling like this loss of like being a young mother. You know what I mean? Like there's something that didn't happen that you're feeling the loss of. And that is totally, totally fine. But you're doing really well. Okay. So let's move on to your person. They have envy. I see exactly what this is. Oh my goodness, this is so freaking funny. This is so funny, Scorpio. They're feeling the exact same way that you're feeling. Okay, let me with a slight variation. Basically, the exact same way that you're feeling is how they're feeling what's going on with them right now, okay? Everything looks good with them on the surface. But instead of feeling like, they do feel like a sense of loss for the life that they wanted at some point. But I don't think that they're as aware of that as you are. So theirs is coming out as jealousy. Okay, so they're looking around them and they're seeing their friends, their siblings, other people their age who are like married with children and the white picket fence, and they have it all figured out already. And this person's like, when is this going to happen for me? Like, why has everybody else, like found their person and I have not found my person yet? So it's really, really funny because you're both kind of feeling the same thing and you're just like waiting for each other to show up. So this is a really, really cool reading, Scorpio. Okay, so how or when will you be brought together? And you have trust. So this is really funny. Sometimes I feel like the universe has a very sick sense of humor. And let's pull the cards before I say something about this. Yeah. The Devil, the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so here's why I said the universe sometimes has a sick sense of humor. So we asked the question, you are the 6, 7, 8, the 8th reading that I've done so far. Everybody has gotten a very clear answer to this question: how or when will you be brought together? It's funny because you're both sitting around waiting for each other, like, come on, when is this going to happen? And what the answer to that is just to trust the universe and that it will happen when it's meant to happen. And it's funny because it's kind of like I'm getting like yeah, just that funny, like, sick joke energy, right? Where the universe is like, I understand that you've been waiting and that they've been waiting. And like, you don't see all the pieces to the puzzle just yet. You may never see all the pieces to the puzzle as to why you both had to wait so long. But the universe is not telling us how, and it is not telling us when. But it is telling us to trust in the universe and that this person is coming. You are going towards this person. They are going towards you. It's happening. You have the Eight of Wands here, okay? When it happens, it's going to happen fast. But unfortunately, part of your you two's journey is to not know in advance when you're going to meet each other. Maybe like physically bump into each other. That would be kind of cool. So I'm sorry you didn't get like a clear answer as to like how or when or how it's going to happen. But tarot, and spirit is always going to tell us the truth and like what we need to hear. Regardless of what we want to hear. So the answer is that it's going to happen. It's going to happen fast, but it can't be revealed at this time when or how this is going to happen. So the universe is asking for you to trust it. Okay? Because I'm getting that there is a significant reason that you two have been delayed here. I don't know if it's so that you could go through something or that they could go through something or both of you, or you're both avoiding something or something like that. But there is some kind of significant, like a very large reason as to why this has been delayed. And the universe is just asking you to trust in the divine plan. Okay. So that was interesting. Okay, so we're going to move on to our self-care card and our affirmation card. This is for everyone who came to this video. The self-care card is something you can do to practice self-care and show yourself a little bit of love in the next little month or the next month or so. Yeah. Let's see. Self-care for Scorpio, please. Dang! It's so okay. So I have to tell you a story before I talk about this card. I will sometimes, this self-care deck has this card, it says sex. And they also have a card that says pleasure that kind of is someone holding their hand over their like lower pelvic region. Okay. So it's pretty suggestive, right? One of them is like sex is like with a partner, pleasure is like by yourself. And it's funny because I sometimes will take these cards out of the deck, depending on like the type of reading I'm doing, how I'm feeling about the readings, like all the energies I'm picking up on. There's a whole bunch of different factors that go into this. But sometimes I will take those two cards out because I feel like they don't apply. Okay. So here's the funny part. I put them into these readings this week. And this is the third or fourth time that this card has come out. So I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's in the air. I don't know what's in the atmosphere. I don't know what's in the water. But apparently this is, we all need to be doing a little bit more of this for self-care. And the energy that I'm getting off of Scorpio's readings regarding this card is that sometimes like everything is online now. Everything's more automated. Like we're having less and less human interaction with each other. And so sometimes that can cause honestly a lot of negative things. So I think what the universe is really saying here is that absolutely go do some of this, have some fun. But really just like let's start connecting with each other more. Okay? That's what the universe would like you to do for self-care, is to connect more physically with the people around you. For those of you in a relationship, obviously that's pretty straightforward. For those of you who watched the singles reading, I think I'm definitely not telling you to go out and do this if you are not comfortable with that. But if you've been feeling like that's something that you want to do lately, you got the green light from the universe. So, all right. Whew. Anyways, moving on from that. So the last card we're going to pull for this reading is your affirmation card. Okay, the affirmation for Scorpio is I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. This is really, really cool because I think that this applies really well to both the singles and the partnered readings. Sometimes we just have to, like slow down, enjoy where we're at, and just kind of take a look around. Because I feel like life is so busy that sometimes we miss some of the things and the nuances and stuff that's going on around us that the universe wants us to experience and appreciate and all that good stuff. So one more time before we go, your affirmation for the next little while is, I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. Beautiful, beautiful reading, Scorpio. Okay, that's what I have for you today. I hope this reading has been insightful. Until next time, remember, you are smart, kind, beautiful, and brave. Bye, my friend.